All right, howdy, howdy. Hope you're all having a good one. I'm I'm hoping to finish a video game today. I think with everything in place, we can descend into the abyss once more. And assumedly, I don't know what we have ahead of us, but with everything kind of lined up as it is, I think today we can finish a video game. Alternately, we can get to like a boss gauntlet and get, stuff. We'll see. We'll see how it is. We have a lot of hearts. We had a fun time collecting a lot of hearts too. A lot of really strong fights. I really enjoyed the Ant Queen. I really enjoyed the Coral Tower. I liked the back-to-back of Nihilith and Seth. I liked the idea of the dancers. The run back on that leaves a little bit to be wanting, but like a strong set. Hopefully, if we do finish today, I'll have a good time to be able to talk about my thoughts on Silksong. But we'll see. I'm getting ahead of myself. We are nowhere near an end. We have many other things we could do. We got all the beating hearts. All 5, I suppose, if you count this. This is sort of a heart, but it's not the power of Lost Farlim. It's the power of another coming in, much like the Citadel. I'm gonna sit down, and we want to swap. Oh, these are actually really good with the poison. That might just be fine, because those fire fast, and like there are a lot of them. Okay. All right. Dive. Time to dive. Time to save Farloom from the growing abyss. As Hornet said herself, she will not stand idly by and watch another dying nation. Alright. I'm excited for this. So our current plan is we need to dive in our own memories, find the memory of a bloom that can stand against the power of the abyss. Let us dive deep enough to put an end to the abyssal silk here. It's a strong power. It's not an invincible power. Let's go have our chat.
Oh, orala.
It's an unexpected heart.
Buenera.
Oh, okay. So, because again, the Green Princess heart was not on the list, so this is all unique, all gone, lost to the Pale Monarch. Yeah.
Tamiyan.
Mia Samasa. Do, Zobo.
Oh, alelo.
Alright. Well, this is the true dive too deep. We're gonna have to dive into our own. So these crests are kind of like a form of our own soul. That's when we take these others. We're taking the powers of different souls on. as was kind of described by Eva. Alright. Let's go. This truly is the red memory. Well, can't leave. In we go. Trying to get a feel for where we are in if these are memories, where they lie. Oh! Oh my god. Very tiny. Okay, very tiny hornet raised by the weavers over in the past the deep nest. There's a lot of the orbed weavers out there. Weaving her own cloak. Uh-huh. Oh, that's a hole. I'm loving having bits that are specifically, again, tied to, like, Hollow Knight directly. I think that's it's important to have a delicate balance of that. And playing Yakuza 7 has given me a lot of, like, earnest, like, amazement on how, like how you can do that in different ways. Hear the heartbeat. That's a deep heartbeat. Ooh. Yeah? The stag. Here we are. In the back of Deep Nest. Seeing that stag station. Oh. You end up here, in Hollow Knight, looking for one of the three dreamers. And what you find. Oh, tiny little hornet.
Faria dalla.
Look, they have their intentions of what, ideas of who you are. I have my own, everyone has theirs, but you have yours.
Ishora.
Do you even remember me? But yeah, the dream now on the sleeping, I don't know if I'd say corpse, but like the dreamer that has one of the 3 seals in the Hollow Knight.
Faria dalla.
We don't get a lot of time with Hornet going through her own life in Hollow Knight. Obviously, we get bits and pieces. There's a conversation you have with the queen in the Queen's Garden. I've talked about her before. The queen isn't mother to Hornet. Hornet is Weaver and Worm, so the king and our dreamer here. Hera? I want to say Hera. But the queen still talks quite fondly of Hornet, referring to her as the gendered child. Makes me think that the children of the worm, the pale beings, have that as a choice rather than much more so. Both the Hollow Knight and the Ghost don't. Heck, even in Silksong, we refer to Lace as she, but we refer to Phantom as they. Both beings that... I don't think Phantom is completely made of silk, but certainly needed it. Deeper we go. I recognize this area. You can see the hive. Oh, that's interesting. What memories do we have in the hive? Some, clearly. The hive is located close to the Kingdom's Edge, one of the first places that you meet Hornet. One of the later places. You meet Hornet in the Green. You have the first fight there, but later you have a fight with her in Kingdom's Edge, where you find the corpse of the Pale Worm before the Pale Worm had turned into the Pale King. But I always found it interesting because part of Hollow Knight as a game is that Hollow Nest and the Pale King's kingdom has fallen, but the world around it still lives. The Mantis Lords still have their kingdom. The Hive seems to still be going. They have troubles, but they're not in a dying state. I always found that a really interesting piece of it compared to like Dark Souls, where the world is fully in ruin. I'm interested a lot in this. Okay. Uh-huh. Which we've seen. Both the nature as the weaver and the nature as the worm are ones that were sought after. Is that actually the queen? I recognize the sprite. I specifically used that for making some used it as a specific art piece on cards I was making. I guess it fits with her style as well. Actually, I can't pull it up, but I'm gonna putting a note in the bestiary for later. I remember a bit in the bestiary about like a fondness or desire for wings back in her past. Like if she, born under the weavers, lived with the, raised as part of the hive. Gosh, Hornet, why do you get to have two moms? Oh, now this is the palace. I don't know what Hornet's relationship with the Pale King looked like. We get a little insight into the Hollow Knight and some of the other abyssal vessels. God, am I gonna start having dreams about buzzsaws? Please. Only the Pale King can think about buzzsaws. We can't. In the Pale King's dreams, the world does buzzsaw. It's one of my few points I stick in Hollow Knight as a game that I don't think that I think that the White Palace is bad at theming. Deeper and deeper into the palace we go. Oh! As I mentioned, I didn't know how close, Look at that. That cloak.
Yanara. Cadestre.
Hornet here, believing that she can craft a better world than her parents, than the failings of the king and queen. I guess my mother, my mentor, and you. Oh, that's the darkness beneath our house. Uh-huh.
Akoman.
What a beautiful little sequence. We had to burn the hearts of the past so that the next day can be better. Been thinking about think about Expedition 33. For those who come after. I think the ritual may have had a cost. Well. Yeah, we still have the fourth heart. The heart can be displayed in a home. Well, there's really only one thing to do. To the bottom of the abyss. We dive back and jump into the lake. Before we go, I'm gonna make a quick pit stop here. We're right here. It's a very easy walk, and then we'll head over. There are other things still standing, but I've never been a person who gets the 100%. Like, I understand. Sorry, I understand the drive to 100%, man. But like, I find myself not needing to hit those myself. This is all to say that there are still standing quests here, but I don't think I'll be heading and doing those. This leaves some to, you know, yourself if you wish to, if you, yeah. I assume a good chunk of you watching this have already played this for yourself. Okay, we have all crests, but we haven't expanded our power to another bit for Eva. Okay. Well, it was worth the shot. It's a rare game that gets me to drive to do everything. I like to lead. It's especially true of like just like streaming things too. There's always things that you can check out on your side as well, separate from my own. Makes the play unique, in my mind. But it's also just a part of like viewing completion. Y'all have fun over there. We gotta go. Alright. Deep docks it is, and we gotta go deep. Hornet and her 3 moms. Hornet and her 3 moms, and then the grandmother Silk, who is like is a grandma to her. Born of 2 separate godly beings in lineage, because the Weavers are all that way. Ready for a dive. 9 hearts. into the hole. 7 hearts. Didn't need to do that. We were gonna be fine. Alright, 2.0. Oh, look at that thing. Armored. We are using so much of this plating.
What's going on?
That's fine.
With luck, we're good.
Going alright.
Yeah, I just kind of want to go back. All this action's a little overwhelming. I just kind of want to go, like, hang out. Alright. Down we go. Now, how well does this diving bell work? Seeing the hive was really good, but seeing the stag station sign was maybe the thing that had me go the most.
Yanara. Mi offende?
Okay. Alright. Down we go. There's even a bench right there. I love seeing the bugs down here that show that, like, even in these deep abysses, life still thrives. I mean, maybe thrives is an overstatement, but... Down we go. Deeper. Deep into that darkness peering. Long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, floating. Can we really fear if we're this silly? All right. In we go.
Nesvir.
Elias. What do you expect down there?
Da, finestra.
Even only your shadow I will pull from the abyss.
Megina fora. Benny Frank.
But I, a daughter of Hollow Nest, fear not. Down we go. Ooh, love me the look of this. The very stark darkness. Even the reflection in the bottom. This reminds me of one of my favorite visuals from Star Rail. The Nihility. Acheron and Venturine.
Kestra.
There's the abyssal silk. Oh! Alright. Abyssal lace, huh? Wow. She's got... Alright. Lost lace. So we have the... The Silk Mother bound. Alright. So, we've got Lace's movesets with a few new moves and high damage, is what I'm seeing. Ooh, contact damage is 2. Okay. Gonna remove poison when I'm done here. She loses it when we go under. Yeah, we'll remove poison because that's not helping. Lace. Which also means these want to change to a more, honestly, probably this. Then poison can turn into soul gain. Extra bind? Let's go. my health. About this fight that's pretty big is that because Lace is abyssal here, we're taking abyssal silk loss on a hit. If you've, like, that's been a part of Act 3. Ooh, that's expensive. I think it's still my best tool. Game is play defensive, get your hits in where you can. I know Lace's moves. Can break through. Yeah, this is expensive. We were going to be using the secondary shard resources a little more for crafting rather than just making tools. And as is, I think it's like... It's only a costly thing on boss fights. Ooh, that turn. What? Oh, God. Yep. Where are you? Oh, the upper. Okay. Yeah, we're spending 100 on each. Yeah. Like, the way that the shards end up playing out is a lot like, bullets or, like, Bloodborne bullets or Bloodborne vials, where, like, they feel like a resource just to be a resource. I was hoping they'd be a little more fluid in what you're spending them on. Because here it's going to be flow interrupting pretty heavily if I have to go, like, restock. I know I have a bunch in my pocket, but we'll see. I'm not going to think about that. Instead, I'm going to think about improving against Lace, learning more of the moveset in Phase 2. Not taking that hit, you know. to. Okay. Is there a better option than this? Poison obviously is nothing because got wisp fire if I feel I'm I'll try it. Down we go. Alright, lost lace. So my cocoon's on the far side there. Straight through that. Oh, man, okay. So the damage is more consistent, but you can see by the end I don't have any soul left to heal with. This is an interesting back and forth. I might still want it. I might want to go further in on it, actually. I like it. Phase 2 dodging is harder, and I assume there has to be a third bit to this. Either the Silk Mother Awakening or a later lace. Wow. Losing 5 interactions in a row there. I got guard broke and then guard broke and then guard broke. Try the power of fire and the power of the pale bloom. touch hit there is pretty bad. Yeah, the touch hits are actually the worst here for me because, like, they're a 2-point hit that, like, I should be dodging by all rights. Oh, we're already in 2. Okay. Yeah, that fire makes things go much quicker. Okay. Alright. On we go. Bad dodging that one in particular. But yeah, taking contact damage at all just feels awful. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that was bad. Nope. Nope. Oh, I saw it. Okay. We'll just eat them. We'll try to go deeper. I want to see a phase 3. I want to see a change there, because I don't believe for a second phase 2 is the end. Alright, Lace. I suppose a being made fully of soul would be incredibly, like, easy to be seeped in the power of the abyss, right? Like, Okay. Yeah, the follow-up. Yeah, that's what I thought. She's got to be part of it. Oh, God. Oh, boy! Okay. As everything falls into the abyss. Eat it. It might be best to save that for the beginning of 3, actually. There's a good amount of time where the wave is going across, and I can just eat that for 6 points and have a better 3. That might be best in a long term. The fireball seems interesting. I don't know if the fireball's good, I'll be honest with you. Having the fireball active means I never heal, because I'm never hitting fast enough to get to the healing point. Maybe that's actually incorrect. I literally, like... That seems like a little bit of a waste. Let's put one in the pocket instead. Alright, we're gonna go with no lifeblood until phase 3. And then we'll spend everything we have to try to make that one faster. That'll be the point where we're willing to... I'm not willing to spend shards until we get 3, basically. That'll get me better at movement against 1 and 2. Yeah, that doesn't work. You need a double jump for that. Got the body drop there. comes down around us. You. Okay. Lace. Let's get you down and get you out of here.
Kestra.
Okay. Let's go. Big jump. Woo! Break through. Oh. Oh. Hey. Hello. Thanks, little brother. Sister of the Void. Oh, to see our little ghost again. I talked about the way that the Radiance was dealt with in Hollow Knight was overwhelming with the Abyss, but that meant the Ghost Vessel becoming one with the Abyss, which is something you slowly are doing as your spells become more abyssal as these vessels were made in that way. And to see them again is great. That was a frantic final phase. I like the plan of just like, look, throw up every piece of health we have, throw up all our little balls, and go. And then at the end we have the power of Grandmother Silk getting us out of here. Well, trying to get us out of here with as big a jump as we can. As we had said, we would take down anyone to get someone out, get her out of there. It's, you can tell that Hornet throughout Act 3 feels a lot of direct blame for herself, guilt over like the Abyss coming forth, but also like Lace falling into it. I think Lace could have used a scene or two more, but I enjoyed she plays a strong foil, I think. Oh, and Seth Gold. Oh. Huh. But God, I like this game. Let's meet again on the road ahead. I have just so many good things to say about this game. The Hornet feels very different to play than the Ghost in Hollow Knight, and the way that you have a different aerial style, you have a different ground style. I used the Hunter's Crest most of the game, but the crests actually give a lot of fun direction, I think. Most of them feel like they have a like different niches, and some of them overlap, which is why I say most, where you have ones that feel like they're better for exploration or better for long fights. I stuck with Hunters just out of familiarity, but like Witch felt very powerful. Not Alchemist. I can't remember that one. The one that's all tools is one I think is really cool, but is not great at platforming because that has the charge. So like moving targets are harder. 83%, 44. I needed to charge that jump another 27 or 27 seconds. But yeah, I like a lot of what the game does as narrative build-up for the world. I like seeing the mark the Citadel's left on the world, the bile water, the sand, the blasted sands, the ruined kingdoms, the benches that cost rosaries, the entirety of the pilgrims and their trek built up by this false god who's taken over, and we've roused to sleep. Not roused to sleep, the opposite of roused. Put to sleep as a way of control. Let's get me in the corner here again. Hi. Oh, two of them. A needle and a pin. If I go... Yeah, we've had these before. I'm looking for... Yeah, having our cleaned on the surface. I think Chakra is the character that is strongest to me because you spend the most time with her. That's why I mentioned like wanting like a little bit more of time with Lace. It feels like Lace wants to be the foil like Hornet was in Hollow Knight, but with maybe one or two less scenes. But the like diving down and pulling her out of the abyss, I think, is still very impactful. I liked exploration in this game a lot. I liked that there was a lot of alternate routes all over the place. You could get, you know, the multiple ways into the Citadel, I think, is one. Obviously, both built and intended, but going through the Last Judge or going through Phantom, having a ship through the back is a thing I like a lot. But also, like, there's a lot of open-ended, go do these things, and the exploration of which got us through them. The vault kind of tricked us in that way, and I thought was very smart. But there's also just a lot of, like, goodies to find. I feel like they might be a little overshifted to Act 2. But I know that also Act 2 is where a lot of your later movement powers come, so a lot of those are, like, going back to the Marrow or the Deep Docks with dash or with double jump. Is double jump required in this game? Could you do this game without doing Mount Faye? I'm trying to think of a spot where, like, double jump would be, like, fully required. That's scary. But yeah, I think there's a few things that I look forward to. This is a game that I figure I'm going to let sit, and then when the eventual DLC bits, like Lifeblood, like God Home, like the Grim Troop, come around. I don't know, obviously, what they'll be, but, like, whenever those come around and the patches that come with them, I'll want to give this a second go around. There's a few things I think can be improved pretty simply with, like, small changes. If you're going to have the shards, making the shards a little more, I don't know. I turned on them as they went because the game seemed to turn on them as the game went. In the last area, in the last fights, the hearts, all the hearts are dream fights, and all the dream fights don't cost resources, which to me sounds like they didn't, like, you don't want these to be resource spending because it's very annoying to have to fight Carmelita and, like, spend 100 shards and then have to go walk off and farm. I think, like, that situation is one you never want to make your player go into. It's one of the things I think is a like, in Bloodborne, bullets and vials serve the purpose of being a bit of a wall where the game can say you may want to go improve your skill, improve in some other way. You know, you can get blood souls to level. You can go explore more. And, like, well, that second is true here, the first isn't. The act of going around and farming shards will not in any way make you stronger. It'll just make you consider, or probably more likely fume. And I don't think that's an experience that you want to have multiple times. I can appreciate, from a designer's side, Bilewater being as much of an ass as it is. It's still the worst area. I can't believe the idea of somebody fighting Grohl without that secret bench. That's... If I wasn't aware of that bench and I didn't find it, and I thought that was the run back, I think I said it when we were in there. I don't... I would scour the world for a different bench because there's no world where I would believe that's the normal one. And even then, that run back is quite bad. Worst in the game by far. I know people have talked about Last Judge, but apparently that was a patched one, and even then it was like a platforming challenge and one drill bug, and drill bug's very annoying, mind you. But like Grohl, like you have like 6 rooms of platforming where a single failure puts you in the drink, and being in the drink means you no longer have access to silk magic and healing. I don't know. The other bits, I think that having a full gauntlet before your boss fight is a little much. Carmelita is like top 3 favorite fights in the game, but having to fight a bunch of the ants beforehand always felt bad. Because like, if you remember watching that last time, there was like a specific fight, maybe 2 or 3 from the end, where it's like I get clipped, you know, it's like I get hit by big ants 2 or 3 times, and now I'm entering Carmelita dead, right? Like, what am I even doing here? I like the Coral Tower implementation of that a lot more, where Coral Tower has even though we took a death at the 3rd room, you do the 3 rooms and then it saves that progress, and then you get to go fight Khan with one more, like, small bit in front of it. Khan was good too. I liked that fight. I liked all the heart ones. Green Prince is the only other run. I swear there had to be a better route than I was taking, because the route I was taking felt really suspect. I suspect I probably missed a shortcut. But in the dream, there's not like you didn't have a map in there, so I didn't have a way to confirm until afterwards when you did. But all those are again, all of these are like the things that really like stick with me as points I'd love to see updated in Silksong are so minor and small things that I think could easily be fixed up in like a patch. Because they're not system level, they're minor movement, they're minor bits about like economy of shards. I don't know if shards that might be bigger, but the rest of how this game plays, the exploration, the fights, the characters, the world, everything you just watched. I loved that. I really loved getting a side view on a character like Hornet, especially at the end here with that memories of her mother, her mother's mother, her mentor, and the queen, who all like talk about her desires versus the world's, and she decides like, I am going to make the world better than it was. I'm not going to stand by and watch it fall. I'm not going to look away. I'm not going to seal it away. We're going to take action. And part of I think of her grabbing Lace out of the abyss like that. Of like, no, like we're like, I've already seen this go down once before, especially thinking about the Hollow Knight, but yeah. And then of course we get our ghost vessel showing up once again in the end. Very cute. I didn't get to finish my point before I can quick jump into the abyss here, because I was thinking of the point, but I didn't pull it up. Are we just going to be at the... Yeah, we're at the end bench. But the thing I was going to pull up is that there was a... There's a ton of these, but there was one of these quite late that was like a note about like... Yeah, down here, I think. Hey, Trivia. Yeah, born with many tools I would have once desired for myself. We've got a couple notes about that, about specifically flight, which makes a little more sense, like, growing up and being trained under the Hive Queen. Like, everybody else in there moves in that same way. Now, yeah, that's gonna be it. That's Silksong. I am content with Silksong. At this point, I'll take some time and look up if there's any other ending bits or pieces like that. But this is the game to me. I'm complete. So, absolutely blast. God, where do I think it compared to Hollow Knight proper? I have Hollow Knight as one of those, like, 99 of 100s, because I know my one sticking point in there is the White Palace. I know that the difficulty of God Home is a little bit beyond my own measure. The Pale Knight and the Full Radiance and the Tower. But that's not I don't count that as that's not a pin against me. That just means that there's pieces of the game that aren't made, that are above my own measure or time that I'm willing to put into them. Whereas the White Palace is like an area you have to do if you're going to get an end, like the full ending. Like if you want to go into the Abyss and you want to get the, like, I guess you don't have to do it, but you don't have to do anything, whatever. It's on a more real, critical path than God Home being an endgame DLC. They're comparable. They're in talks with each other very clearly. I love, again, maybe my favorite part of this is getting to see more of the world and Hornet through this, seeing, like, even I think the journal might be my favorite bit of this, on top of a lot of very good character bits with Sherma and Chakra and Lace and all of our friends and the Green Prince. Oh my god. I feel so, oh. Game's also very gay, that's good. Can appreciate that. Happy for Hornet, happy for Green Prince. But, like, the stuff we learn from Hornet in the book about, like, how much she loves the big fuzzy fleas or things like that, I think are great characterization bits. Anyway, that's all. I think that's it. Thank you all. I hope you all enjoyed this. Again, I talked about it at the end of last time, but, like, this form factor of a LP rather than a stream is not something I've done directly, but I'll keep in the pocket for other games that don't have, like, their own slot, or are ones that I wouldn't play in such a like, when I stream something, I'm generally streaming it once a week, and I feel like Silksong would be a little off-put with that because I'd lose the muscle memory a little too fast. Behind the scenes on this, I think I do about 3 to 4 it's about 3 or 4 sessions a week on this. Usually it's like Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Monday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, something like that. I've tried to keep the uploads every 2 days. That's right, every other day for 2 weeks. That's 4 days a week, 8 days. So, anyway, I'll keep these in mind. I hope you enjoyed them, and I'm also glad to hear all your all's comments and such on these, because that's the only, like, I don't have a chat talking to me on these, so I'm talking to you from the distant past. Hello. I think a lot about the ephemerality of life, but how I'm still here talking to you right now. It could be you know, November 3rd, 2025. It could be, you know, June 8th, 2028. It could be far flung in the future. Always, I still say hi, and I'd still love to hear from you. That said, that's all for today. I'm gonna go grab a snack, and then I'm gonna go get set up for a stream. So, that's the play. Thank y'all for joining. Have a lovely night.